This is my 14th year, I guess 13th season with the missing COVID year, but I started in 09. So my first 2-3 years here, I was part-time, where I'd played against sports during the day, and we practiced in the afternoons back then. So then at 3 o'clock I'd end my shift, and then I'd jet down here, help out with practice, and then sharpen skates, do whatever, and then went every home game, every road game, I was with them as well.
It's the equipment guys that make the ultimate sacrifice, you know. There's a lot of times they stay after games late into the night, not only to do our laundry, but to do the laundry and the repairs of the visiting team that's coming in.
He does pretty much everything. Like, without him, nothing would work.
I'm getting older now, I'm in my 30s, but like in my head, I still think I'm probably 23, 24 years old because I hang out with 16 to 20-year-olds every day. Like I don't feel any older than I did when I started the gig. Like when you see these guys grow too, like you see a bit of a payoff from it all.
Hammy's as good as it gets.
Chris Hamilton, equipment manager for the 67s. You got your equipment locker, then you have your dry locker. They come in every day. This is the first place they come in. And they change out of their clothes or their suits today and into their underwear or workout stuff, whatever they wear. Okay, let's get a stack of socks. Oh, yo. Okay, I've got socks. Room. Has there ever been times when you just slept here? Yeah, I think there was a year where I slept here like 13, 14 times. I used to live in Orleans, so there's nights where it just didn't make sense to go back, because you're back here early. I don't know why we just don't wear darks at home all the time. I'm assuming it's a marketing thing from our league, but I like the Barber pool jersey is a signature look, right? Okay. Just tall enough for this room, Carter. I take pride in how the room looks, and part of it is I always try to make sure the guys take care of the room and all that, so another way to show I care. But yeah, first guy comes in, jersey down. It doesn't look the same anymore. Okay, now we need water. Carm! Yes? You gave me a bad case of water. It blew up on me when I picked it up. Carter's got it on camera. I picked it up out of the cart and turned, and the whole, like, you know, the plastic on it kind of sucks. It ripped open and the bottles just went everywhere. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Whoa!
Is broken up by the 67s, and what a hit by Jackson Stewart as he hammers Cooper Foster, knocking the bucket off of Foster, who has to go to the bench.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, you're good.
Wakey, Hammy, wakey,
While Hammy was busy with equipment mishaps behind the bench, the 67s were getting busy on the ice with the Kingston Frontenacs.
Here comes Frasca, centering pass. Collins with a shot, he scores. Maddox, Collins on the setup from Gabriel Frasca gives the Frontenacs a 1-0 lead. Barless with it on the left-hand side, holds, lost control of it.
But now you Chasing. Now you're chasing.
In their first game back since Christmas, with the World Juniors plus injuries, the 67s had a short bench, and Dave Cameron needed a leader to step up.
Get the fuck to the neutral and get it in. Gotta get deep, it's gotta get deep, come on.
And that will move the puck. Rogers stripped to the puck by Cam Colnay. Turns, fires, rips it off the post, and hit the back of Akari and trickles out in front, and he'll cover up for the whistle. That's a heck of a shot by Cam Colnay.
Come on, Cam, I ain't gonna give it, Cam. Come on, baby, come on, baby. This is your shoulder there, Cam. Short step, you're my leader.
Even though Cam Tolnay was exhausted, he knew he had to push through and guide his team in the right direction.
Hughes midpoint, he'll rip a shot, he scores! As this one is just ripped. Akari doesn't see this whatsoever. Great screen. Gardner centering pass for Barless, leads it back to the point. Mayes plus one off the toe. Rebound, Gardner scores! Brad Gardner, Chris Barless, both right there. 67s have their first lead of the game. Hemstrom, and here's a breakaway. Here's a shot, they score! Jack Dever, first OHL goal! With 28.3 seconds remaining in regulation. And that will do it. The Ottawa 67s come out of the Christmas break with a 5-1 win over the Kingston Frontenacs, picking up their 25th win of the season. 5-1 over Kingston.
Kept to a structure, and it just shows you can win a game when you're not jumping on all the route. Because there's going to be games in the playoffs when we're playing good teams, we're going to be dead tired. We're going to be exhausted. You still have to make those 2 or 3 plays, okay? Great job.
I think we got a pass out of 20 for that, stepping on the logo.
Woo! Where'd I step? There's no evidence there.
Right there. Right in the corner.
My side.
No, what'd you say? Great line.
Getting his angle.
Hey, check VAR. Check VAR.
Good job.
Burner's not VAR. He's at VAR.
Breaking news coming out of the OHL, the reigning playoffs MVP is headed to the nation's capital.
Yeah, this just in. The 67s and Bulldogs finalized a deal to send Logan Morrison to Ottawa for 6 picks.
Ottawa's looking to stack up their roster before the deadline and build for that playoff push.
Logan Morrison is one of the best goal scorers in the league, and his addition to this squad makes them even more dangerous with all the weapons they already have.
Morrison, an overager, will spend his last half season in the OHL wearing the Barber Bowl jersey.
Mo is one of the best offensive players in the entire league, and to get him for picks is, I don't know if you could have made that trade work better. You know, you get to keep your young players who will help this team next year and the year after that, but you also bring in a player right now who elevates this offense from 10 guys who can score to 1 guy who you know is going to give you goals and 10 guys who can still contribute.
Yeah, it was definitely kind of an adjustment, obviously being with the same organization for 4 years. It's kind of all you really know. I obviously knew the GM really well there, and he assured me all along that he was gonna send me to a place where he knew I'd be in a good spot and kind of succeed. So he couldn't have been better to me with that. He had my best interests in mind for sure, which I couldn't thank him more for that. So and he kind of told me my options, and he said it looks like Ottawa's the strongest kind of possibility. So I kind of knew all along that that was probably going to happen. And then the trade got finalized, and then yeah, Boydie called me, and we just kind of talked a bit and figured out how I was getting down there and all that. So yeah, it was a crazy day for sure. No, I'm really happy with how it all worked out, and couldn't be happier to be here. I can kind of tell the guys my experience and kind of stuff like that. So no, it's really important to kind of have that experience of last year and how hard it is to win the championship. So
Lomo coming in like first game, you guys are on the same line.
I mean, he's sick. Like, he is so good.
Sound attack, and the Ottawa 67's here. Now Logan Morrison, you couldn't ask for a better pickup at the trade deadline.
Played that one up. Burrows tried to get that one up the middle. Pappas couldn't make a play. Here's Sherman. His wrister scores! Off the post and in. 1-0 Ottawa.
And it'll be the first point for Logan Morrison as well, as he made the nice pass to the point to Thomas Sermon.
Tome for Gardner. Back for Tome. Score!
Oh! This is an unbelievable shot from Cam Tome. Wow!
For Sedley. Sedley's puck knocked off his stick by Morrison. Here comes Jack Beck. Scores! And Logan Morrison has point number 2 in his Ottawa debut. 2 points, 2 assists in his first game. Back for Morrison right along the ice. Stonehouse can't get the shot away. Yes, he does! 67's lead 5-1, and Logan Morrison has 3 assists.
I was just waiting for the lane to open. I just saw you like.
Loose puck picked up by Tome. The horn sounds, and the 67s win again.
Now we gotta work out. Yeah.
Early shooting for
Like a hard one?
Oh yeah. Awesome.
It's trade deadline day in the OHL.
One team to keep an eye on is the Ottawa 67s.
The 67s have already made a big move early in the deadline, acquiring forward Logan Morrison. But it seems the front office wants to bring in one more piece to this juggernaut of a team.
This just in, at 9 o'clock this morning, the Ottawa 67s announce a trade.
Again, not giving up any players. Trading away 9 picks for Saginaw defenseman Pavel Minchukov.
He is an Anaheim Ducks prospect, the 10th overall pick, I believe. And this defensive core just got that much better.
This team is starting to look like a real championship contender. The GM made the moves they needed to make in order to put this team in a position to succeed.
I think the interesting thing with that one is before the season, trades were made to get down numbers in defensemen, and then trading for Pav, they're right back to where they were. But it's one of those things where Pav is one of the best defensemen I've ever watched. At this level, he skates so well, he's so smart. He knows when to play offense, but also when to get back and play defense. And I think now that he's been reined in a little bit by this coaching staff, one, he's taken his game to a new level, and 2, he's taken this team's game to a new level. They have a guy on defense now that can set up the power play and can skate the length of the ice, can defeat the trap. There's just not anything that he does that isn't at an elite level.
Now the question is, are the 67s done making moves at the deadline? They brought in Logan Morrison, Pavel Minchukov, but they only gave away picks for these 2 players. Who knows, there might be a young player out on the move today.
I think I wasn't worried, but I know a couple of guys around the room, it's been a little stressful on them, and I completely get that. It's tough being a young guy, and especially when you're on the best team in the OHL and one of the best teams in the CHL, so it's hard for those guys. But I think they're a little stressed, but once this gets over with, it'll be good and smooth sailing.
I can't imagine how stressful it is on a day like today, knowing that any moment you could be on a new team.
This is definitely not an easy day to be at the rink.
But it's part of the business, and it sounds cliche, but it rings true for these young kids.
The 67s will be making one final trade here on trade deadline day. They will be sending Ethan Quick to Barrie for a pick.
A great kid off the ice and a beloved teammate to these 67s. It will definitely be sad to see him leave.
It's kind of the unfortunate part of the trade deadline is, as excited as everyone was about Pav and Mo coming in, He's a genuine guy. He's a fan favorite for a reason, because I think he's just a good human being, and he was fun to be around and fun to have conversations with after practice or games, and he's just always positive.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like, I've played with him my whole life growing up, so it's like, yeah, played together since like novice, so seeing him go is definitely sucks.
You have to imagine it's pretty tough, especially, as you said, two guys that are very close. Like, these kids are coming from places and they're living on their own for their first time. They don't have mom and dad to go to when, things get tough. So to have a friend that you've known since you were really young is, to say goodbye to somebody like that for him, I'd have to imagine is exceptionally difficult, especially, when the two of them were competitors, but pushing one another to get better all the time.
That'll put a wrap on trade deadline day, and I think everyone is looking forward to the 67's next game on January 12th to see this new roster and how they work together on the ice.
You can build a team that looks good on paper, but can they figure it out on the ice?
There's so much talent, so many different personalities. We'll see how it all gels together.
All eyes are on the 67s now.